Welcome to the Back Porch Talk Podcast. I'm your coach, Jason.
Here goes Danny.
Fans, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, like, subscribe, tell 1,000 friends that the Back Porch Talk Podcast is it. Danny, we have a trade in the NBA. The drama is over, and Giannis has been moved to the Miami Heat. A lot is in this deal. This is a long time coming. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to get Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr, Jakucionis. Forgive the pronunciation of the name. I may have butchered it. And the Bucks will also get 3 first-round picks, a 1-pick swap, and 1 second-round pick. One of those first-round picks includes tonight's 13th pick, so the Bucks will have the 10th and 13th pick in exchange for Giannis and also Bobby Portis. But I'm gonna first start off with this, Danny. Some time ago, I wrote to you and the fellas, and we knew that Giannis's time was up, and we went around and just asked each other's feelings about where Giannis is gonna go, and behind it all, I ended up just writing something. Basically said, thank you, Giannis, for showing true grit and grind, hustle, effort every time you stepped on the floor. Thank you, Giannis, for just being able to show fans what Milwaukee is all about. You really represented Milwaukee well. We've seen you grow from a boy into a champion. We thank you for the ring. We thank you for basically the upgrades to downtown Milwaukee. Thank you for the house that Giannis built. We thank you for the years. We wish you and your family well, but just not against the Milwaukee Bucks, because we're all about fit or dear. And that's that's what I feel about today. We thank you, Giannis. But you get the video. Same thing with Bobby. We love Bobby. You get the video as well. Thanasis, I think we wave Thanasis. You get the video as well. Y'all are champions. We haven't had a championship seasons in 50 years. We appreciate the ride, but gotta move on. What say you, Danny, about this trade initially?
Inevitable, right? They put the timeline out once Taylor Jenkins was introduced as the new coach, that they wanted to get the deal done before the draft happens, which is tonight. And they held their word to that. They made the deal happen. It's hard to put into words what his impact on Milwaukee, not inside those 4 lines, but outside of them, right? He'll be a legend here, of course, but from a business standpoint, it was just a matter of time. It was tough, trying to get off a person of that stature, a top 10 player. I'll call him that right now, that, has done what he's done. He's 31 years old, but the move had to be made. I think the timing was a little off, but the Bucks had to do what they had to do. They did right by Giannis by trading him. I just don't know behind the scenes if timing could have been a little bit better for the Bucks to get more in return for Giannis. But at his point in time in his career, this is what they got. Now we get to see what they move forward with. But yeah, it's going to be tough seeing him in that Heat jersey, but it is what it is. And, he moves on, the Bucks move on, and now we see what the Bucks do moving forward with the team they have, the roster they have, the pieces they brought in, and what moves still remain from the Bucks standpoint in the front office. So we can talk more about that, but yeah, from that standpoint,
Yeah.
Jason, that's what the initial thought was. And I will say this though, man, that Jaylen Brown deal, I know he didn't want to come to Milwaukee. So in a way it was good because you wanted someone with some type of talent like that. But if he didn't want to be here, man, why it could have been a challenge as it is. So you go this route, and now we see what happens.
And Danny, I think I'm actually happy for this move from Milwaukee. Let me tell you why. We just hired a young coach.
Hmm.
He has coaching experience with Memphis. Um, Obviously dealt with dealt with a guard. But we have two good quality guards already. I don't think Tyler Herro is going to see a Bucks and be in the Bucks uniform. Quite honestly, I could see him being shipped before the July timeframe, before this trade actually can be enacted
Hmm.
officially. This is a good haul for Milwaukee because you have young players, you have young bodies, and you also have picks. You have three first round picks within their pick swap and a second round pick. I don't think we would have gotten five first round picks for Giannis.
Mm-mm.
I don't think we would have gotten. We may have gotten four first round picks from another team.
Yep.
I think the most we would probably would see would have been four. If we got into OKC level, if you will, but we didn't get that.
Hmm.
OKC didn't even show interest. We got the most of what we could get, and could this have happened last year? Yeah, it could have happened last year, but you know what? I think we still would have been in this three first round pick category. Would we have had to give up Bobby Portis? I think that's the question.
Hmm.
If this were to happen last year with just Giannis and maybe three, four first round picks, I would been satisfied with that. But I think honestly, Danny, with this summer, with the locker room talk happening
Hmm.
in public,
Yep.
and you started to see players take sides,
Hmm.
i.e., Bobby Portis defending Giannis, the champion defending another champion. I think that it was kind of written that it's time,
Hmm.
and so I don't believe there's anybody left from the championship squad who is on the team with this young nucleus. And I'm curious to see what happens tonight. Milwaukee may have a team here, man. I mean, you have Kel'el Ware, who is a 7 footer, and you could probably put him at center. Miles Turner. I would rather get rid of Miles Turner, but Miles Turner is not a center, so you could put him out to maybe the four. You got some shooting with Milwaukee. You have guard play with Milwaukee. You have a young coach. I think I honestly think the Bucks did pretty well here, man. And as much grief as we give Horst, I give him a little props here, man.
Hmm.
Give credit where credit is due. Now, what's going to be interesting in looking at the Bucks roster, what's going to be interesting is what we're going to do with Kyle Kuzma and what we're going to do with Miles Turner. Now, here's the thing, Danny. I believe Bucks just probably keeping them for veteran leadership because, I mean, you still got, let's see, you still have Andre Jackson, AJ Green, he's going to be there. You need shooting. You have Jericho Sims, player option. He's going to be there. Torian Prince, player option. He's
Yep.
going to be there. Gary Harris, player option. He's going to be there. Gary Trent Jr. Now we start, I mean, we're getting really guard heavy. We're coming guard heavy. Like, you got a decent bench. Ryan Rollins, he's locked in. Kevin Porter Jr., he's got a player option. Question is he going to opt in? So, I mean, there's just a whole lot of questions here, but nonetheless, man, I think the Bucks got a good young nucleus here, man. They got pieces to play around with. And quite honestly, with this draft, I would try to ship Kyle Kuzma out of here and even Miles Turner. I would try to ship them out, man, just to for cap room because we're still paying Damian Lillard. We still paying Damian Lillard this year $22.5 million until the end of the 2030 season. You kidding me? Oh, what say you about the Milwaukee Bucks in the roster here?
Well, Jason, I look at the squad and I just want to see what they do move wise. I think Kuzma and Turner, if they can flip them, that'll be great. That'd be great. I think Kuzma, he's a different type of player. He's more at this point in his career. I think he's someone who could play off of somebody, but he's not necessarily that focal point player. So I think it'll be advantageous for them to try to get to trade him if they can. I don't know what kind of value he has. And the same with Miles Turner, man. I don't know what his value is at that price point now, because I think the Bucks priced themselves out the market when he signed that
Oh,
contract.
absolutely, absolutely.
So I don't know if they can get pennies on the dollar for him in the trade market, or maybe he's because I was hoping he would be a part. I know with the whole Giannis thing with the offseason that he wasn't going with Giannis, but I was hoping that they could pawn him off in a deal with Giannis to get him off the books. But like you said, Bobby was going with Giannis based on kind of the happenings. And I forgot to say congratulations to Bobby Portis too, man, for a great career with the
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah.
He was a fan favorite. He gave it his all. He brought it every night. You knew he was going to be out there playing hard. So I would be remiss not saying congratulations and thank you to Bobby as well.
Mhm.
But back to the team, I think they just have like you said, they're very guard heavy. So they got to make and a lot of these players, they have all these player options, like you mentioned. So how are they going to maneuver this roster to make it competitive? I liked Kel'el Ware. I thought that was a good pickup. That gives them
Mhm.
someone in the middle.
Mhm.
And all the guys they receive, think about it, they're all young. So it's like
Yep. Yep.
you picked up guys because Kel'el Ware is still raw. If
Mhm.
you watch his game, he has some upside to him. But can they tap that? And we'll see about that with Ware. So they got a lot of the same guys where no one really stands out, especially if they trade Hero. So that's the thing I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Hero and how they move forward with this trade, which moves they make, especially tonight. Having the 10 and 13 picks, are they going to package and move up? There's a lot that can happen between now and the draft, and even after the draft, once we get to free agency, where the Bucks can make some moves. So right now, I'm good with the picks or people they brought in because they're all, they can play. They're
Mhm.
not, and you got to look at they gutted Miami. A lot of these dudes have playoff experience too. So that's another thing you got to look at. Even though they're young, they've been in these moments. Even though they're in the play-in tournament, they've seen some of this, so that could help as well, depending on how they try to shape this roster. But yeah, they got. I'm very curious what they do with the guards, and then with Kuzma and Turner, if they're going to stay on the roster and they just got to eat their contracts.
Listen, I'm to a point in where I think the Bucks need to be almost like Minnesota Timberwolves, because another trade that happened today was that of Julius Randle getting traded from the Timberwolves to the Nets. That was part of a three-team deal that sent center Nick Claxton to the Bulls. Timberwolves send Randall and the Wolves number 28th pick in this year's draft to Brooklyn. In return, Minnesota gets only the 33rd pick. That framework of a trade is what they need to do with Miles Turner.
Mm-hmm.
At this juncture, just get a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think you at this point, this dump the salary. And like I said, Milwaukee's guard heavy. So somebody's not going to sign all these player options. Like you said, somebody's not going to sign. So we'll see what happens here. And on the Miami side, Miami defensively, they're going to be something interesting to watch, man. And you have Wiggins, Bam, and Giannis.
And Mitchell.
Defensively, they're going to be, man, a stout team. But offensively, they're one sided. They need some shooting. That's something that I can see Pat Riley and team, they're going to get somebody. I mean, their player development is outrageous. And that's something that I think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be challenged on with this trade. This is a
Yes.
young core, the young nucleus. So now the onus is going to be on this new coaching staff and the development of said team. So we'll see what happens, Danny. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited for the Bucks in that we got young nucleus. We got some relatively good picks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for tonight. I'm
Yep.
wondering what's going to happen tonight. I don't think the Bucks should trade down in any way.
No.
Trade back. I'm talking about they need to trade up,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, like you said, Packers 10 and 13. I'm hearing reports that they're trying to go for the number 4 pick. Now, I don't know how true these reports are
Yep.
and what that would constitute. If you're giving up 10 and 13, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking to keep 10 and 13 because at least we got 2 good players,
Mm-hmm.
decent players. If one doesn't pan out and the other one is more than halfway decent, okay. To me, that's a successful type trade. Getting just the number 4 pick, I don't know.
Yep.
And all the players may be alike. So, like I said, this roster, there's some flexibility in this roster. So we'll see here where things go. Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.